Hey everybody, welcome to ZeNi Reviews. How we operate is we choose 3 random games that look interesting, we play them, we test them out for you, and then we come here and we give you our stamp of approval or stamp of disapproval. Now let's get started. First up on our games to review is Last Trial. Now Last Trial was made by Stephanie Chimay. Now the game is about Jera. She's a female protagonist on a journey to overcome the trials of the goddess Quetzal. Quetzal designed this trial for Jera to rid of the curse that she had. The curse are all the tattoos on her body that are glowing and they continue to spread, so she had to complete this trial just to get rid of that. So let's start with the graphics. Now, character design is phenomenal. Jera looks great. I think she looks fantastic. The enemy character, the little lizard man, and then of course Quetzal herself looks really good. Now, when it comes to map design, the map design looked pretty good for a few months. However, there were a few inconsistencies there. Probably more like the tree chunks when you got up close, the texture wasn't so great. And then in the dungeon when you're fighting, you can see that the lava isn't moving. It's just kind of brightly lit. Other than that, just very minor stuff. You can definitely tell a lot of heart and soul is put into the graphics of this game. Now comes the smaller issue of the game would be the mechanics. So moving around was alright enough. However, that camera was eye destroying. Like moving the camera was so rough that I had to make sure like the mouse was very slightly moving because the sensitivity was way too high and I couldn't even adjust it. Combat was also pretty one note. You just sat there and attacked. You couldn't move while attacking or anything. However, I could see promise with the combat if it was continued to be worked on. I could easily picture this becoming like a Bayonetta type game. There was only one puzzle. It's a very short game. And the puzzle was simple enough, pretty easy to solve. However, it was an interesting puzzle nonetheless, and I actually quite enjoyed it, and I kind of wish there was a little more meat into this game and a few more puzzles along with a little more story element. You pretty much just complete the quest and the game's over. The art and design, the environment kept me more intrigued more than the game mechanics and the puzzle itself. Stephanie, if you ever hear this review, I hope you get back into this and kind of expand upon it. I'd like to see this game flourish a little more and become pretty popular. I'm going to give this a ZeNi Gaming approves. Next up on our list is Lumen. Now Lumen is made by a small development team called 1,000 Cranes. This team is from Barcelona and there are about 6 members in it. And this game, I gotta say, is pretty excellent. Lumen is about a girl who has a reoccurring nightmare that she doesn't remember, and she's being led by this mysterious voice, just trying to help guide her out of this nightmare. It was really good. It's a great platforming puzzle game. Let's get started with the graphics. So the graphics have this Nightmare Before Christmas vibe with a little exaggerated features that remind me of a Disney film. There was a small thing I noticed when I'm going in and out of the menu and also between cutscenes and everything and having dying and coming back. The TV would kind of glitch out or static up a little bit. I didn't know if that was intentional or not. However, it did add to the element of a nightmare because it was very jarring and it frightening at some moments. Next up would be the mechanics. Now, the mechanics of this game were alright. There's only one minor thing. The movement. The way that girl ran was it's just funny to watch, and it was a little much. It didn't seem 100% realistic, but I guess in the dream of nightmares, realism is not what you're looking for. One thing I really did love though is anytime you were in danger or a monster noticed you or a nightmare noticed you, your PJs, the stars on them, would change colors based off how much trouble you're in. It was pretty cool, and I gotta say they put a little more love into it because I noticed there was a multiple choice ending. I only did one ending. Another small thing that I thought was pretty cool is you have a tombstone, which is a nod, you going in this reoccurring nightmare, and I would assume like every time you get a game over, you know, the tombstone is to represent you dying. I thought that was pretty neat. Mechanically is where the game suffered a little, just with the awkward movement. Kind of felt like playing an older platformer like in the PS2 days. The little short story was great, and it truly felt like a little girl's mysterious nightmare. I loved it. 1,000 Cranes, Lumen was fantastic. I look forward to what you come up with next. This game gets a ZeNi Gaming approves. The last game on this list was like I was drunk playing it. It's called After Party: DODGY Dan's Adventure. This game was made by the developer ZenHop, who has made other arcade style games like Planet 1v1, Melon 1v1, and Buzzle Fall. He also has a game coming out later this year called Trevor's Apocalypse. He makes a bunch of arcade style games. There's not much meat to him story wise. There's not a whole lot of graphically prowess in them. However, they are a mindless fun type games. And After Party specifically is an arcade style platformer, but with a drunk twist. You gotta get home, and there are ridiculous challenges along the way. This game is a rage and headache inducing fest, but in the best possible way. I found myself playing for a couple of hours with a lot of angry pauses. There are only 3 simple enough challenges, but adding a drunken stupor changes everything. ZenHop seems to have a history with ridiculous games, and he's good at making them. This game is great and awful, all in the same manner. Good job, ZenHop. You created some game that is so frustrating but addicting. You just gotta love and hate it all at the same time. And I believe that's kind of the idea you're going for. And well done. Well done. I look forward to your next adventure, Trevor's Apocalypse. You're definitely on my follow list. So I'm going to give this game a ZeNi Gaming approves. Well, everybody, those are the games for this review. If you want to play any of those games, links are down in the description below. Make sure to give those developers some love because they're all fantastic and they need to keep doing what they should be doing, making great games for us to enjoy. If you tried any of these games, make sure you leave a comment down below. Let me know which games you played and what you liked or didn't like about them. Give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends and everything. Make sure you hit that notification bell to stay current with all of our videos. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you with another review in a couple weeks. Bye!